everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I'm finally getting to my snowman wreath that I want to hang up. Happy New Year! It's New Year's Day here today that I'm doing this. I want to get my Christmas wreath down off my front porch and hang up the snowman for the winter. So what I'm going to use for this is, I have a 14-inch wreath frame from the Dollar Tree. Everything here pretty much is from the Dollar Tree. And you're going to need mesh. You're going to need 5 rolls of each of this. This is the 6-inch by 3 yards, so I'm going to use 5 rolls. And I'm going to be using the white and the blue together to make this a nice wintry looking thing. Now this stuff does make a little bit of a mess. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Now usually when I make my wreaths, I usually roll up the little tubes and tie them together, but this time I'm going to do it using the loop method, which actually I found on the back of the Christmas, well, it's called a Make Your Own Christmas Wreath, on the back of the packaging from the Dollar Tree. I never even noticed that was there before. I usually just rip it out of there, throw it away, and start cutting them up. But since this stuff is really messy, I thought this would be a much easier idea, and since my wrist is killing me lately, I think it's going to be a lot better. You're going to need some pipe cleaners. I got these at the Dollar Tree. They come in packs of 45. You're going to need about 28 of them. And you're going to cut them all in half. And then, let's see, what else do I need? Not too much here. I have these really pretty ornaments that I got at the Dollar Tree a while ago. I have 3 of these that I hooked some, just put a pipe cleaner through here and twisted it on the back. Oh, I forgot to do this one. Well, I can show you what I did here then. I just stuck these down through here and then see which way it wants to go so it doesn't cover up the little gem in the middle. And I just gave it a twist in the back. And that's how I'm going to attach these when I'm done with the wreath. So I have 3 of those and my snowman. I did the DIY on this last week, or the week before, I don't remember. This was one of those that had like all the tinsel on it from the Dollar Tree. So I just covered it over. This is one of the microfiber cloths they have in the auto department, and then I just used some felt and some stickers from the Dollar Tree, and then I put his little eyes, nose, and mouth back on. So he is going to be the center of my wreath when it's all done. So to do this, it's so simple. I really thought this was going to be a lot harder than it was, and I don't think I'll ever make a wreath any other way, because this is so easy. I already tried one, and I wanted to show you guys where, as soon as I find the end of this thing. There it is. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2, and I'm going to put these on together like this. I'm just going to put them together like so. Push that aside, and then I'm just going to kind of pleat them together like that. And then I'm just going to hook this, and I'm going to be putting them all on this second ring from the center. And I'm only going to be hooking them onto that one, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to crisscross this right here. So all you're going to do is just put that down in there, in between your pipe cleaner, and then give it a really tight twist. And for this I like to kind of wrap it around and do it again, just on the ends, just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm sure it's not, because, you know, once it's all together, you're not going to be like yanking on it or anything. But there. And then all you want to do is just tuck that down towards the center. Now that's how you're going to stop and start all of these rolls. So when you get to the end, you're just going to kind of do the same thing, and I'll show you that in a second. Now I messed around with this before, and I was thinking of doing like 8-inch loops, but it just wasn't quite full enough, so I'm going to be doing 10 inches. Now if you don't have one of these mats, you can just measure out 10 inches and put down like a piece of tape or something on the table, or just use a ruler, you know, and hook that down. But this is just so simple. All you do is you take both of your things, and then you just hold it where your pipe cleaner holds that together, pull it down to the 10 inches, and squeeze it together. And then you're just going to take a pipe cleaner and hook that on like that. Just like so. lot of people like to do these on the bottom, but then, you know, you're constantly flipping it over. So I find it easier to do it from the bottom up. And what I really like to do is, now that I got one started, I'm going to be putting 8 of these loops in here. So I have one already, so I need 7 more of these pipe cleaners. And I like to put them all on in the beginning here and just kind of just loop it just twist it once, and then they're already there ready to go. And I just find that so much easier, and plus I don't lose count. Just make them nice and even when you do it. And this will just save you a little bit of time of trying to get them underneath there while you're holding it and pinching it and whatever. But this is so easy. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever make another wreath any other way than this because it's just so much easier on my fingers. I do love the way the looped ones look, but they're just a lot of work, a lot of cutting. With this, you don't have any cutting. You just kind of measure it out and twist it on. Alright, so there, I have all my pipe cleaners ready to go. And then you're just going to measure from where your pipe cleaner is, pull it out for the 10 inches, and then just squeeze that together. And then take your next pipe cleaner, and there you go. And that's it. It's just that easy. Then you just slide that over to your 10-inch mark, pull it down, and just squeeze them together like that. Whoops. And then just take your next pipe cleaner and twist it on there, right where you're pinching it. Excuse me. So I just tie them on the top and then just tuck these down underneath. And you can do whatever you want with them afterwards. You can give another twist if you want and cut them off. Alright, so let's keep going here real quick. And that's it. That's how you make this whole entire wreath. So I'm just going to do this one section here, and I will do the rest of it off camera to save you some time. I don't think you want to watch me do them all. That is just how easy this is. This thing keeps moving on me here. I'm trying to do this kind of upside down so you guys can see this a little bit better. You just want to make sure that's nice and snug when you twist it on there. Tuck it down. Make sure you have your other pipe cleaners over here ready to go. And that's it. You just keep measuring out your 10 inches and pinching it. I tried doing it with like 5 or 6 in here. It just wasn't full enough, so I took it all apart before and I did one where I actually did the 8 in each one, and it just looks so much better. There, let me just make sure I got this. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So what I like to do is, before I go on to the next section, because you're going to do 8 in between each one of these sections, and there is 6 sections. So once I get to the end of that one, then I kind of like to pull them apart. And then I'm going to alternate. I'm going to pull this one out here with the blue on the outside, and then you want to open these all up really nice. And then this one I'll open up with the blue on the inside. And open them up. And see, this really doesn't shed as bad as I thought it was going to. And then this one I want the white on the inside. And you can wait to the end if you want to do this, but I kind of like to, it just seems to be easier for me to get to everything if I do it one section at a time. I was a little disappointed that after I should have even thought of this when I bought it, is I thought the blue was going to be a lot darker, because on the roll it looks really dark because it's all wound up together. But once you separate it, it's a really light blue. So I would have actually done a lighter blue on my snowman thing, but I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be so much darker. But that is it. And that is your first section of the wreath. These are so pretty. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hook my next 8 pipe cleaners here, so I'm ready to go. I'm just going to get all those over here. I'm going to cut a few more of these. And then I'm just going to keep going around doing this exact same thing. So when we get towards the end here, I will come back and show you how I finish it off. Okay, so now that I got my 8 in each section all the way around, and this is where I ended up, right here where the first one is. So now you're just going to go ahead and cut that off after you get it secured down there really good. And that's that. And it did use almost all of the 5 rolls of each color, so it's actually 10 rolls altogether. And then I wrap that around, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around again just to make sure that it's not going to come apart. And just tuck that down, just like you did the very first one. So I just need to take these apart. And I went ahead and I did that all the way around each section. It was just easier for me to take it apart as I got finished with each section than trying to do it at the end. Because I actually did a few on the first one. Let me get these out of my way. And it was a lot more difficult once they were all bunched together. Let's see. I think I want to make a nice springy one with maybe 3 different colors. I think I'm addicted to making these wreaths now like this. It was just very time consuming and difficult to do it the other way. And I think altogether you could make one of these in about 45 minutes. Where the other one used to take me hours between cutting them out and rolling them up and everything else. Even though they are very, very pretty. And I can't say I'll never make another one because I do like the way they look, but oh, so much easier. Alright, let's see here. And at the end, alright, so let's see. There. And that is how it looks nice and full. And I think it's going to look beautiful hanging on my porch. So now to attach my snowman. Since this does have a nice little, like grate or whatever you want to call it on the back from the frame from the snowman, I just went ahead and I hooked pipe cleaners at the top and the bottom. And if you want, you could put a backing on this too, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's going to be up against the door and you're not going to see it. But if you wanted to hide all that, you could cover that up with some felt. So now I just want to figure out where I want this little guy. I really want him to sink into this mesh. I'm going to try to get him down in here so I can kind of pull this out and fluff it all around his face. I looked all over the place. I wanted a nice snowman, kind of in these colors, and of course, it just didn't exist this year. So I think he looks cute down in there. I can mess around with that a little bit later. So then I'm just going to flip him over and attach him there. Just attach it to the frame wherever it happens to land. And then the mesh will hold him in place. that round. I need to finish tucking in my things. I mean, you can cut these off in the back here if you're going to have it on a door, or you could actually cover this with a piece of felt if you don't want to see all these loose ends. Oh, there's some more stuff I want to get out. Alright, let me get this attached here since I know this is where I want him. Alright. I'm just going to push all this mesh out from behind him here. And it's not pretty on the back. But that's alright, because he's cute on the front, just peeking out of this mesh. Look at him, isn't he sweet? Alright, so now the only other things, I mean, you could add a bow to this if you want to. I think with all this stuff going on here, it's just going to make it a little bit too busy. So I am just going to figure out where I want to place. I don't know if I want one right at the top. I don't think so. I'm going to put one there, and maybe here, and down here. Maybe I will put on those other snowflakes I had. I don't know. I think I want one right on the bottom though. So we're going to change these around. Nope. Let go. Alright, so it's going to have to be off-centered because it's just not going to look right. So we're just going to do those like so, I'm thinking. I don't know, I do have these other snowflakes that I could add in here too, but I didn't want it to be too much on here. And these were just ornaments from the Dollar Tree. But I may need to add a couple. I only have two though, so that's going to really make it odd. Well, if I put one there, no, you know what, I'm not going to put those on. I don't want too much on here. Maybe if I had a third one of those, I would do it. But I am just going to put these snowflakes on there, and I think that's all I'm going to do. Because the main thing here, now I just got to find a place to get down in here and get to it. The main thing is I just want the snowman to be front and center there. Oh, I think that's pretty. And there they go. Oh, I like that. Alright, so that one's going to go about here. I just want to kind of even them out here. See, his snowflakes and things, I think, make it look too busy. Alright, this one's going right here. And if I hang it up and I don't like exactly where they are, I can always change them later. Since we're not using any hot glue or anything for this project, which is wonderful too. Just some pipe cleaners and some mesh, and I think I got a hold of the wrong pipe cleaner. Yep. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to leave those lay flat there for now until I try to make a decision. I do love those. They're so pretty. And then this little guy's going to go right here. I may add those white ones over here just because it looks lopsided, but we'll see after I hang it up what I want to do. Oh no, I got this stuck on the mesh. What I want to do. Alright. This is the hardest part, is just getting these pipe cleaners down through here. Oh, I kind of like that down close to his face, too. That's just pretty. These are just so pretty, these snowflakes. Alright, that's going to have to move. Where did I leave it? Is this it? Yep. Oops. This needs to go over a little bit. Alright guys, I'm not going to make you watch me do this again. I'm going to connect this guy up here. And then on the back here, all you're going to do is take one of your pipe cleaners. Actually, I usually like to use two, just to be on the safe side. And I just twist them together like that. Because you want it to kind of come up to like where your mesh ends to hang it. Otherwise it's really hard to hang up. And then I just twist them on there real good. And then you can slide it back and forth a little bit, you know, to adjust it if it's not quite straight. So there, that is the hanger for on the back of this little guy. Alright. Okay, so let me go ahead, let me get this guy reattached. I'm going to hang it up and see what we think. That we want to add or not add. Alright everyone, there he is, all done. That's what I finally decided on. I couldn't believe it. It was like the biggest decision of my life is where to put these snowflakes. But unfortunately I only had 2 of the white ones and 3 of the blue. They would have looked better, and 3s always look better. But maybe next year I can find them. I'm sure I'll never be able to find them now, this time of year, after the holiday, I mean, at the Dollar Tree. So, anyway, that was my little project for today, for my New Year's. So I can get this little guy outside tomorrow, and he can look festive for the rest of the winter. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this little project. I will see you all next time. Have a great day, everyone.